Disclaimer: the following program features language not suitable for all audiences, and the expressed opinions found within this program are a reflection of those who feature on the Pop Culture Effect podcast. Welcome to the Pop Culture Effect. I'm Rockin' Rob, and on this show I bring my closest friends together to talk about all of the news happening in our pop culture world around us. I am joined today by my two friends, Blaze and Menace.
Hello.
And today is, just another general news day. There's been a lot going around when it comes to different kinds of pop culture ends of the spectrum. We got a lot of different stuff to talk about, but I am going to be a nerd, and I want to talk about a Danny Phantom book. So I just got in.
Nerd.
You know what, man? I understand. I get that.
I'm one too, so I'm just calling myself out with that.
Exactly. For those who are unaware, Danny Phantom, the hit Nickelodeon show, recently had a graphic novel release called A Glitch in Time. And originally, I was supposed to read through the first half, get a kind of glimpse of what is going on, so I don't give all the spoilers away. But yeah, I kind of read through the whole thing, and it was as if I was literally just sitting through another episode, with the audio cues, the way that I was able to imagine the voice actors. Just it was such a nice experience. I really just had a smile on my face the whole time. We got to see Vlad Plasmius return. We got to see Dark Danny return to some capacity. I'm not going to give away too many spoilers because a lot of stuff happens in this. A lot of stuff happens, and the most important thing that happens is the fact that it ends on a cliffhanger. So there's probably going to be more books about this. So yeah, when it comes to A Glitch in Time, if you have the chance, get it. It's a really good quality comic book. It's got depth beyond just surface level. Usually when you think of a syndicated licensed show getting a comic book, it doesn't have any substance. But this really had a lot of character beats and a lot of loose ends that were tied up between the end of the actual series to this book. And yeah, I just love the work. I love the illustrator and the writer of the book. I can't quite remember right now. Glitch in Time author. What is the name? Eva Cooper. Eva and Jill Cooper are the ones that have made this amazing masterpiece. I heard that scoff. I heard that, and that's staying in.
That wasn't a scoff. That was a laugh.
Yeah. Well, anyways, wonderful book. I'd suggest it to anybody who is a Danny Phantom fan who loved the series and wanted to see where it went from that amazing finale. But going from one kind of culmination of a series to another culmination of a series, Blaze, what's been happening with Dragon Prince?
Yeah, so on Netflix, they just aired the 5th season of Dragon Prince Mysteries of Erebos on July 27th. And one thing that's great about Netflix is once they release a season, it pretty much just all gets aired at once. So all of season 5 is available to go watch right now. But for those who don't know Dragon Prince or just aren't really aware of it, it is a original series on Netflix made by Justin Richmond and Aaron Ehaz, which, if you're familiar with Aaron, he is the co-creator of Avatar: The Last Airbender. And this show is kind of a spiritual successor to Avatar because Netflix wanted to have their own series that had the same type of feel as Avatar: The Last Airbender, their own version of it in a sense, with it being a completely new story and world and everything. But if you're a fan of D&D or just anything high fantasy, this show is definitely going to be right up your alley. The main premise of the show is it follows two young prince brothers, Prince Callum and Prince Ezrin, along with the help of what is known as a moonshadow elf by the name of Rayla, as they find the egg of the thought dead dragon prince Ozymandias and protect it to try and keep the peace that is quickly crumbling in Zadia, which is on the brink of war between the humans and elves. Meanwhile, a dark force plots in the background by the name of Erebos, who wants to return to the world to destroy it, which season 5 continues the story as they are on a race to stop Erebos' return, but if they can't, they need to try and find a way to defeat him once and for all when he does arrive.
That sounds very interesting. I know that from the little snippets that I saw, I definitely get where you're coming from with its kind of similarities to Avatar. But yeah, it sounds like a really cool concept and a really cool plot.
And one thing that's actually kind of funny, they actually have made a couple like funny references to Avatar: Last Airbender, and the voice actor who plays Prince Callum is actually the same voice actor who played Sokka in Avatar.
I've seen a bit of the first couple seasons, and it's really good. The animation style is really cool with like that partially like the 3D animation.
Yeah, and the show is definitely tailored to audiences of all ages. If you're a child, teen, adult, it's gonna have stuff in the show that you are going to enjoy. And I cannot wait to watch season 5. I'm probably gonna be binging it either tonight or tomorrow.
Nice. Well, switching things up, I think it's time we change focus and talk about some of the gaming news that's been going on. Menace, what's been happening with this Game Pass Core?
So, Game Pass Core, Xbox Live as a whole, or Xbox Live Gold, I should say, as a whole, is going away. Xbox is done with it.
What?
Microsoft said that it's time to go. Yep, and it will be replaced with what is now called Game Pass 4. So they're leaning more into the Game Pass aspect. It's been a really big boom. It's a really good deal for all gamers, whether you're on PC or Xbox. Sorry, PlayStation. But essentially what you can do is for $10 compared to the normal $15 for Game Pass Plus Live, you can get online multiplayer and an assortment of 25 games that'll be switched out as the, stuff goes off of Game Pass and onto Game Pass. You'll have an assortment of 25 of the Game Pass games from the catalog to be able to play. Some of them, I won't go through the entire list, but some of among them are Among Us, Fable Anniversary, Dishonored 2, Fallout 4, and Fallout 76, and of course the ever-popular Elder Scrolls Online.
So wait, they're charging money for online play?
They've always have. That's what Xbox Live Gold is.
So to supplement...
Once they went to Game Pass, they had Xbox Live plus Game Pass, which is the $15 a month.
Because I always...
Xbox Ultimate.
I always thought that the regular Xbox Live got conglomerated into that Ultimate Pass. So are they giving up on Ultimate and going with Core?
How it worked was they had the $10 a month, which would just cover Xbox Live, and then Ultimate was $15 a month, which covered Live and all of Game Pass. With Core, they're making it to where the $10 a month will give you the Live and basically a teaser of what's on Game Pass, and then the $15 a month, which is Ultimate, will pretty much, is that still being called Ultimate, or is that going to change to a different name? Ultimate will base, okay, and then they'll still have Ultimate, which is the $15 a month for all of Game Pass along with Live.
I mean, hey, whatever
Or
gets...
you only get 25 Game Pass games, to where with Ultimate you'll get the entire roster.
I see.
Pretty much a tease to make you want to switch to Ultimate, because like, hey, here's a little snippet of some of the games you can play now, but if you get Ultimate, you get all of these.
That's fair. I mean,
the whole thing is that with Core, you also don't get the new release titles like Starfield and all that. When they come out on Game Pass, you won't get those as well.
I see. I mean, I would never frown away from paying less money, I'll be honest. Was there anything else that was talked about on Core, or was that pretty much it?
That essentially, this is just that the Core is replacing Xbox Live Gold. That was the main thing that's coming out of it. So now you will technically get more than you were paying if you were only playing with Gold.
I see.
I'm not sure if it's actually going to... There hasn't been anything on whether it's like you can get Core as a I can't think of the word, as like a alternative to getting Ultimate on PC or not. I'm not sure if that's how that's going to work. If you just want to get these 25 games and spend less, or if you still just got to go and straight up get Game Pass on PC.
That's fair. Well, I don't necessarily know if I will be spending money on that, but one thing I do know I'm going to spend money on is there is an Inspector Gadget Mario Party clone game coming out.
Inspector Gadget's still a thing?
Yeah.
I thought that died when the live action movies were so bad.
Right. But yeah.
They were so bad they were funny though.
Yeah.
Fair.
It is exactly what I said. It's a Mario Party clone. It looks really weird with them having 4 Inspector Gadgets on screen to do the mini games, but
that was going to be one of my questions if you only played it as Inspector Gadget. I thought it would let you play as like Penny and...
Nope. I wish. Oh, it's a nightmare to see 4 Inspector Gadgets with different color coding. It's great. But yeah, it looks to be your typical Mario Party.
I play playing Smash Bros? What the heck is going on?
Yeah, right. Imagine. Oh man, that's the character we really need to
Maybe
get
like
into.
collecting like
multiverses.
stars or something.
No, you're collecting gadgets, obviously.
Oh my.
Go, gadget Mario star.
Collecting gadget to do what? Are you just collecting them and it's exactly like Mario Party where you're just collecting the
assume
most
so.
for the end?
Probably. This game is coming out. It's Inspector Gadget Mad Time Party. Hilarious name, by the way. But it's going to be releasing on September 14th of this year to, all the mainstays of Steam, PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. So, I don't know, man. Whenever a game is announced for Switch, I kind of like if it's just announced for the Switch, I'm happy about it. But if it's also including in being launched on the Switch, I'm like, oh, so it's gonna like the Switch is gonna be the lowest common denominator of this game. That's all what I looked. The art style looks kind of neat, honestly. It's got this. It's very reminiscent of the old school cartoon, but yeah, it should be about 20 minutes worth of fun, and then you'll definitely just play Mario Party. Because why would anyway? So yeah, going from
I don't know. I'm not buying it.
yeah, I won't either, but I know there's a part of me that definitely will want to buy it.
I'd rather just play Mario Party.
I mean, yeah,
Okay,
literally.
okay. Question.
Yes,
Here's my question
yes.
for you guys. Mario Party. Which one is your guys' favorite iteration of Mario Party? For me, it's 5. For me, it's 5.
Which one was the one on the GameCube?
That was 5.
That's got the nostalgia for me because I played with my cousins.
Like 3 of them on.
There
on
was
GameCube.
a few. 5 was
Played it with my
I believe was the
cousins.
most played, and the last one they put on the GameCube.
What was the one that had like the mic and you were on the cruise? I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure that was 5.
What was the one with the car where everybody was working together and it wasn't Mario Party?
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about Mario Party 10. But yeah, going from one kind of revival of an IP to another revival of an IP, Blaze, what's happening with this Godzilla Minus trailer?
Yeah, with Godzilla, we are getting another Godzilla movie, which is going to be the 37th Godzilla film created.
Jesus Christ.
How many? Wait, how many?
This is the 37th Godzilla film created.
That doesn't seem real.
It's why. I mean, you gotta think about it. There's so many like other companies that have taken up making Godzilla films, but like 37 in total after this one comes out.
Does that count all the low budget ones that were made in Japan, like the knockoff ones?
Yep. If it's a knockoff, no. But if it's an actual Godzilla film, it's in the list.
That's fair.
But anyway, the movie is going to be called Godzilla -1, and we got a small 30-second teaser. It shows Japan utterly destroyed post World War II, and the movie gets its title of being called Godzilla -1 because it's post World War II. Japan has hit their lowest point. They are at 0, and then Godzilla arrives and brings them in the negative.
So what you're saying is we're getting a prequel Godzilla movie.
What?
Well, because it's taking place in World War II and the other movies involving Godzilla are taking place in the modern era.
To be fair, Robbie, they've made so many retcons to Godzilla.
That's true.
Every 5th Godzilla reinvents Godzilla's lore.
Honestly, I
It feels
thought
like-
I thought that with the King Kong and Godzilla movies, that was their reboot, and then anything else is just interconnected with that.
Some of them are, some of them go completely different new story, like 2001 Godzilla, which we do not talk about, or 97. What year did that American version of Godzilla come out? Was it 97 or 2001? I don't remember exactly. All I know is that it was horrible. Made Godzilla look like a T-Rex. But yeah, with this Godzilla, I'm kind of getting, from the teaser, I'm kind of getting a feel it's going to be kind of similar to the Shin Godzilla, which I think will be freaking dope.
Ooh,
The Shin Godzilla was awesome. It was terrifying. It made you remember how devastating Godzilla can be.
I hope this is more of a humans lose, they don't have any way to deal with him kind of thing. Because there's always been magically somehow during the movie they find a way to bring him or make him leave or take him out or blah blah blah. I just want to see Godzilla just wreck everybody.
But anyway, going on with what Menace is saying though, I definitely agree with that. I want a Godzilla movie where it's just survive.
Right?
Mhm.
Where it actually feels like, I don't know, I feel like with these big monster movies and these big high stakes movies, it always feels like the humans are like so much less malleable than they really should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of supposed to be like an Elder God scenario where we know nothing about these monsters and these creatures and they just show up and attack.
But here's the real situation. Are we ever gonna see like Pacific Rim-esque giant robots fighting Godzilla and King Kong?
Mecha Godzilla.
Is that what are we
Yeah.
going to the Pacific Rim Godzilla multiverse?
See, I would like to see a Mecha Godzilla like remake.
Right.
But anyway, Godzilla Minus One is going to be released theatrically in Japan on November 3rd, 2023. This also celebrates the franchise's 70th anniversary, which falls on the exact same day the following year. Toho's subsidiary and Toho International will later release it nationwide in the United States on December 1st.
Nice. Well, let's just hope that with all that is being celebrated, it's not gonna ruin the legacy of Godzilla.
I think this movie will do good. But before we go off to the next topic, I have something really funny that I just found out about that I wanted to relate to you guys. Not really a topic situation, but I think this is hilarious. So you guys all remember when like the Doom game and Animal Crossing came out at the same time, and you had that funny meme of like Doomslayer guy and like Isabelle hanging out?
There was a whole song made about it.
There was also Nintendo posted a thing a while back when they introduced the Doomslayer outfit into Smash that they were actually like getting married.
But yeah, so many funny memes came out of that. Something similar is happening to that in the movie world this time, with Barbie and Oppenheimer coming out at the same time.
Oh yeah, Barbieheimer.
The
Yep.
Barbieheimer.
Which,
It
like-
is hilarious. All the memes I've seen, the music videos that have been made for it, or just some funny TikTok edited videos of one room is them in a theater watching Barbie, and then the right room explodes from the Oppenheimer nuke going off the other screen.
See, now I just want to see a photorealistic event of where Oppenheimer's bomb is dropped on Barbie's world. Just
We're
melts
probably gonna
away.
be seeing some edits of that soon.
Oh, hopefully. That one scene, I think it was from Independence Day, where the kid gets like vaporized by the fence or whatever.
Yes.
But yeah, as I was saying, with my amazing cutaway skills, going from one franchise who hopefully will not ruin its reputation, we're going to another type of a ruined, well, I guess I shouldn't say ruined reputation because it's actually been an improvement. But Menace, what's been going on with Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin?
Depends on if you're talking about the franchise itself or Fazbear, because Fazbear has been kind of ruined.
Yeah,
But-
especially with the movie.
This DLC, my gosh, just like it's such an improvement over Security Breach itself, with the bugs and the glitches and everything that was going on, and the connection of the story. I won't go into too much spoilers, but like the connection between the new character Cassie to Gregory from Security Breach is insane. As you go through the story, you'll figure out more about her backstory and how she actually knows Gregory, because from the trailer we saw that Gregory was trapped in the Pizzaplex and you have to go after him. That's the whole premise of the DLC.
I'm gonna be dead honest. When I first saw the trailer for it, I'm like, nah, no way.
Yeah, me too. I didn't think that, because in all the endings he got out of the Pizzaplex, so there's like, why would he be back there?
Hey man, there's something about like just being around deadly mechanical animatronics that just kids love.
And murder viruses.
Why do you think they're doing a whole movie where they're just gonna?
Oh my gosh, the movie's a completely different topic that should be talked about.
I know.
eventually.
There's gonna be so many movies. Scott's gonna make like 5.
Dude, I'm perfectly fine with that, because like seeing them in movie is gonna give like everybody like, okay, this is how it was supposed to actually like look and how it was
For
supposed
the
to.
third time, from the books to the games to the movies, now we're finally getting the true story.
It gives Scott Cawthon more of that freedom to visually portray his story
Right?
better than he could have in the games.
Yeah.
With the DLC, the whole connection between the AR and VR world that you gotta like go through. And I was actually told by Bobbert this morning that he found out that both of those worlds are actually generated at the same time. They're just separate.
Yeah,
completely.
one's stacked on top of the other. It's so strange. So when you take off the mask is like an essential gameplay mechanic to see the secrets, kind of similar to when you beat Bendy in the Ink Machine for the first time and you get the magnifying glass. But anyways, so those maps are stacked on top of one another. So like speedrunners and glitchers have found like huge like plot-based skips to get the game beaten in like such a quick amount of time.
And then the difference between having to like, instead of just like in Security Breach, you're actually running from the animatronics themselves, and in this you're going up against the Glitch Trap Afton Genie Rabbit.
That's his official title.
And I don't know. Yeah,
That's what it looks like.
Literally.
yeah, that's what it looks like. But going up against that, and that's how the animatronics find you. Like there is some ways where you can like, and there's some animatronics that like you actually sneak around, and but it seems like most of them are actually like friendly towards Cassie instead of Gregory from the original.
Yeah, I think Roxy is Cassie's favorite animatronic.
Yeah, and it explains that kind of throughout on stuff between her and Roxy. That goes into how she met Gregory as well.
Which I still feel is very unclear. Like,
Oh no, it explains it even more after that section that we're talking about right now.
oh, okay. I haven't watched the full, like, game end to end. I've only seen, like, the glitches, the endings, all that stuff.
But like in the fact that people were wondering like, how's Afton gonna come back? If this is going to be the end of the Afton saga, how is it gonna complete with how everything goes? And then it connects to the books of all things.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the big reveal at the end really blew my mind with how it was just a blatant page for page, word for word representation of the books.
And I think it's cool because like switching directions from essentially how they've gone from it's
Spooky
ghosts
ghost
possessing the
children.
animatronics to where it's like actual, like it's still spirit based, but it's like they're connected to the technology itself now. They're not possessing something. It's like they're actually embedded into the code itself.
Which I think is a really cool way to go about it. Like, I don't know. I feel like it was a really good transition, and now it sets up the future of FNAF to be there's like a lot more avenues that they could take the story, especially with them having like the movies to play off of. I'm assuming that like FNAF is nowhere close to being a dead franchise. It's just gonna keep growing. So who knows? We may see animatronic shark jump the
Are we
proverbial.
actually gonna get Five Nights at Freddy's 30, Freddy in Space?
No, I
We
hope
might.
not. I really hope not. Actually, I wonder if you take every single Fazbear Frights book, every single individual other book that he's done, and the games and the movie, I wonder how many different Fazbear stories and properties there have been so far.
Going back to the books, I did like that it was like how it connected,
Right.
Because originally the short story books were kind of all disconnected, and then there was an epilogue explaining something at the end of each book, and those connected.
Oh, the
But it's
Stitch
become
Wraith
more-
arc? Dude, I loved that.
Like that stuff. But then it's slowly becoming that the books themselves, each individual story is kind of telling a piece to build the world more. And then if you look at different clues inside of each story, it's like this is connected to here. Oh, this, and then what is it? Like the last 2 or 3 books actually had stories on this AI program that's been running everything in the pizza place,
So-
and kind of like built up to what like this DLC. And it's like, oh, okay, this is actually something
all
that is
coming together.
connected to the universe. Yeah.
It's literally their version of Avengers Endgame, even though it wasn't as satisfying.
That stuff where it's like building the story and connecting the dots through different mediums in games is something that I've always loved. Like ARGs and like this is a different medium, but like with the whole Bill Cipher statue, or the
Oh,
in
yeah.
Destiny where you had to like, there was a code in Destiny one time, little side tangent, there was a code where after it was decrypted there were real life coordinates, and there was a statue in the game from the game of a that you got to use, and it was like a full-on replica of it
And then there
that
was
you got to keep in the real world. Anyway, back on topic. This DLC has not only exceeded my expectations, but like blown them away compared to the, I don't want to say mess, but like the story for original Security Breach was kind of like out there. You couldn't really like figure anything out. But this one is like more told to you. The game is better built now. It's just I'm really enjoying
I heard
enjoying it.
that the main points that I've heard about Ruin is that it's a lot more of a stable version of the game. Like there's a lot less bugs, and I would assume that also has to do with their being just Cassie on foot. Like there's no Freddy, there's no
I think it has to do with that and the fact of Ruin is more of a linear DLC than it is like Security Breach was a full-on open world. You could go back and explore stuff whenever you wanted when you got it open.
Whereas Ruin, it's a lot more linear and there's no real way to explore.
Well, there's save points that you can go back. Like it auto saves, but it gives you those checkpoints to go back to if you need to go back.
I see.
And then with Ruin 2, I assume that it's gonna have multiple endings too. As well.
Definitely. It's a
There
FNAF
are
game.
so far. There's been 3 that have been found. I guess another thing to kind of like wrap it up is the fact of you actually get to see, for once, out of all the other FNAF games, you get to see and repair animatronics into their friendly state, and you actually get to see them like how you would if you went into a Freddy Fazbear's joint.
Well, that's cool. I'm sure there's got to be something where if you repair all the animatronics.
Yeah, one of the first ones is a Sun and Moon, the daycare attendant. He's got like the split personality, and you get to turn him into one called Eclipse, where he is actually finally one whole being.
Really?
And yeah, and according to stuff I've heard, not really leaks, but it's rumored that the next couple books are going to talk more about Sun and Moon and how they became split, and they were originally Eclipse essentially.
Nice. I absolutely love Ruin, and I think it's quite a nice dream state in comparison to the kind of nightmare that was Security Breach. Speaking of nightmares, there is an event going on in DC Comics known as Night Terrors, and I just want to inform you guys about this because I think this is really cool. So there are 2 opposing main characters of this overall story, and that is Boston Brand Deadman and a new villain called Insomnia. Now,
quick question for this because I am interested.
Yes,
this takes place after everything that just happened with Perpetua and everything.
Yes,
correct?
this takes place after all that, after DC Metal, after Lazarus Planet, the newest like syndicated, or not syndicated, but the newest crossover story. It happens.
The newest run. So this is like the newest canonical run of what's going on as the Night Terrors.
Exactly. But yeah, so basically all this shows the entire world being put into a nightmare state, and each individual character, whether it was Hal Jordan, Superman, Batman, even Punchline, they were all basically living in their own nightmare realms, and it's so cool.
It's the infinite Tsukuyomi.
It is literally the infinite Tsukuyomi. Yes, it is amazing. But the one, I'm not going to talk about any of the other ones, but the one I really want to talk about is Joker's nightmare. It is basically Batman gets himself killed, and Joker just tosses his dead body into the fridge and then gets a 9-to-5 like office cubicle job. It is the best.
That's interesting.
Oh, it's great. It's great. But that's all I'm going to say about that. But
they're solidifying that Joker's life has no meaning without Batman.
Yeah. Yeah.
DC also just announced another like mini comic series that they're gonna do where it's the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong.
What?
Yeah, it just got announced, the teaser trailer for the comic. I think it's only gonna be like a 6-run comic series.
Like, it's gonna be them trying to figure it out, and then Superman goes up and punches them both in the face, and they win. That's it.
Didn't the Justice League like just die though? I thought the Teen Titans were like the main team. What's going on?
With collab series, they're usually like alternate reality stuff.
I was gonna say, there's different universes and stuff like that.
And since we're talking about crossover events, before we get to our last story, I just want to say, there's a Scooby-Doo Crypto crossover movie.
They have Scooby-Doo crossover with just about everything.
Yep,
have you seen how many crossovers they've done
John
for WWE?
Cena, right?
Once they did the Supernatural crossover, I was like, oh,
hey, that one was cool because they actually got sucked up into an episode of Scooby-Doo. Like, come on, that was pretty cool.
That was a bit much.
I can definitely
I know you love Supernatural, Blaze, but I feel like you can even admit
it was fun, but it definitely was weird.
I know. I'm sorry to keep going with this, and the fact that literally literally all Dean did the entire episode was try to hit on Daphne the entire.
Yeah, right. I loved that. That was great. That was awesome. But yeah, Night Terrors is amazing. Go check it out. I am so excited for if they do like Blue Beetle or Shazam or Plastic Man. I think there's so many different like one-shot, kind of like how I really fell in love with the Darkest Nights miniseries where they told individual stories of like, or dark versions of Batman through the Justice League. And I just feel like this could be like its own series, like how What If is for Marvel. Like this could be like its own series where it's just an infinite amount of Nightmare comics. Going from one nocturnal event to another, Blaze, finish us off with this Castlevania Nocturne.
Yeah, so another Netflix series. This one is coming out on September 28th. It is a sequel series to the 4-season run of Castlevania that was on Netflix.
Ooh.
Which Castlevania Nocturne will take place many, many years after the original series, probably like a few generations.
Okay.
As it focuses on Richter Belmont, which is probably one of the most known and most popular characters of the Castlevania franchise as a game.
Yeah, that's the guy in Smash Bros, right?
No, I believe Smash Bros has Simon.
Yeah, Simon and Richter.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
Richter in
he's
it?
both.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. But anyway, this one will take place during the French Revolution.
Ooh, that's gonna be so nice.
That will be interesting to see. But the trailer seems to follow this new order of vampires that is trying to enact some kind of ritual either during or to summon an eclipse to gain power. And it seems to be up to Richter to avenge his mother's death by the hands of this order, and also just to stop these vampires from enacting this ritual with the help from a couple interesting characters that appear like they might also be descendants from some of the other main characters of the original series.
Ooh.
Mhm.
So I loved the original series of Castlevania. It was a slightly different twist of a story from what the games tell, but I think as its own thing, I think it did it beautifully. The animation is amazing. The characters are awesome. I cannot wait to see how they portray Richter Belmont and this new group that's going to be helping him. And it looks like this successor, this sequel show is going to be even more gruesome and brutal than even the original one was.
So, is it known if this is going to be like, if this is set before the games that Richter? Like, are we gonna see like a essentially like a fresh Richter that hasn't had much experience, or?
So it kind of seems like, basically from the trailer, that his mother died in front of him when he was a kid, and he's been training himself ever since, to where he's now like a young adult at this point.
It's an origin story.
Where it is very much an origin story for Richter Belmont.
Yeah,
But
baby.
the Belmonts have always been trained throughout their generations to hunt monsters and vampires specifically. So he was probably already being trained and then just continued his training with a vengeance after his mother died.
That's fair.
Right.
I think it would be cool to see a fresh, kind of inexperienced, like besides their normal training, but like, you know, training can only get you so far compared to life experience.
It would. It'd add a new sense that the games never really touched upon.
Now that we're close to wrapping up this episode, Subset is here in spirit, so I feel it is only appropriate for me to just talk about the fact that we have a UFO hearing and there's been a multi-decade operation that's been hidden underneath our noses by the American government. Like, what?
I call BS.
I mean, I also call BS.
Not BS that they're like hiding stuff from us, but like the fact of that the thing that they're hiding from us is aliens. Like, if aliens wanted to, they could just show up. It wouldn't matter who could see it, especially in the digital age we live in now.
I don't know. There's definitely some sneaky stuff that they're holding to their chest. And if
I could see
Subset
it
was
being the fact that they've known about aliens for years and shit like that. Like the fact that it's just coming out now in the age that we're in. If aliens were to show up now, somebody would catch it. Somebody would film it.
yeah, that somebody would be Subset with his tinfoil hat on. And with that, I think that wraps up a lot of what we have been talking about throughout the episode. Firstly, I want to thank my two lovely guests, Blaze
No problem.
and Menace.
Always a good time.
Oh, definitely. It's always great. It's always a great time. But as always, I'd like to implore everyone to look into all the things that we talked about today. Make sure to check out all of the amazing podcasts that CJSW have to offer. Thank you all for listening, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, I've
I
officially...
said all these topic points for room, and I can't even remember all of them.
I'll help out. I can...
Maps being generated separately. The story implication.
I've started the recording, by the way, so this is all gonna be... Oh, right. This is gonna be the first episode post me actually starting to make them on YouTube. So yeah, all these starting...
Your first advert, YouTube advert.
Exactly. But the funny thing is, every single intro that I'm recording now before we actually get started, I'm using as an end slate. So it's just gonna play after we all say our goodbyes.
It's an end slate. Why?
Well, eventually it'll give me a good way of just putting in the other episodes for links. And also free content. Why would I delete content that I could just put at the end of the video? Nobody's gonna stay long enough to listen to it anyways.
Wow.
Hey man, this podcast is gonna be used for one thing and one thing only, and that is just to listen in the background. Alright, but I'm good to go if you guys are.
How's my mic sound?
Actually, that's one thing I wanted to do real quick. Let's get a full-scale mic check. Let me get close. So, let's do me first. We got...
Set up your mic.
No. I just... Well, because I also have a... Now that I have Audition on my computer... Oh, shit! Yo, it's his debut! Let's go, dude. He said one thing.
He'll never be heard from again.
He'll never be... He won't be heard.
Either way,
His only words for us is gonna be this.
He's not gonna be in a video until like maybe August or September, and this is the only...
getting part is gonna be cut out.
The YouTube intro.
No, this is gonna be the YouTube end slate.
Some said no, for the intro. I do
I'll just be the
have an
narrator.
Intro clip thing. Normally we have something at the beginning of a recording session or something that can go in there, or during, where you can just copy it, cut it out,
Yeah.
put it at the beginning. Because it can be in the video too and be the intro clip.
Yeah, that's true.
Just imagine the first thing you load up when you load up a video with Subset just going, I'm just gonna do this.
That'd be kind of nice. All right, let's just do a quick mic
Yeah,
check.
Twitch.com/theturdnip.
The turnip, dude. That's worse. That's worse than YouTube.com/raw peas. That's awful.
YouTube, not Twitch.
I know. But yeah, just real quick, Blaze, Menace, let's do a quick mic check on your guys' end.
Alright, I'm muting myself. You guys can do this.
Get a little bit closer, come on.
Guy.
You're a big boy.
Mike is a great guy.
Ah,
Died for our sins infinitely.
Blaze, real quick, mic check.
Mic check for that guy, Robbie. He's
Wow.
a real guy.
I'm a real guy.
Shit.
Wow,
He's a real guy. He exists in the real world.
man. All right.
Evidence, though. He's there.
Wow. All right. You know what? I just started and stopped the recording so that way I can do a live.
Shit.
Dude, I'm gonna do a live audio test real quick just to make sure all our mics are in order because I actually have Adobe Audition now. I just gotta find what I'm looking for here because I'm kind of getting confused a little about where I'm supposed to go here. Oh,
What he's doing.
no, I got it. There we go. Wait. Nope.
The fuck was that?
Nope. That's not.
Monster Kid.
Where is it? Where is it? Where do the recordings go? Why am I so stupid? Why is now the time that I decide to be stupid? Oh, wait. I think I just saw it in my brain.
Saw it in
nope.
your brain.
Nope. Lost it.
I saw it in my brain hole.
At least something's turning in there.
You know what? I know where it is. I know exactly where it is. Hold up. I'm looking in the wrong fucking place. There we
I
go.
think I can hear the gears turning.
Yeah, yep, literally. Yep. Recordings. Yep, here we go. Here we are.
Sound like they're falling apart.
I'm always falling apart all the time.
monkeys aren't doing their job.
The monkeys are Jesus Christ. Okay, let's just. No.
No, he ran so fast the wheel came off.
Wow. So rude.
A 100%.
Oh, and he's
And he's gone.
you just keep kicking him, or are you moving him?
Oh, I was moving him, but I'm not doing anything now.
Keep
Died for a minute.
PC and I just throw you to the timeout corner whenever I want.
Man, that's
but-
that's what I was doing actually. Funnily
It's
enough.
called the timeout corner, called the brig.
You know what? I'm just gonna fucking.
Robert's timeout corner.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move him back to the timeout corner real quick.
Quit. Because it unmutes him every time he does that. I don't know why you keep doing that.
Because. Aw, no fuck you this time? Aw, boo. Boo.
All this recording if I have to. I
That's
don't give a fuck,
fucked.
bro.
That's fucked up, dude. That's majorly fucked up. I'm just trying to make
I
sure.
don't do it out of respect of Blaze.
Also, Blaze.
You're really
Also,
treading
Blaze,
on
I
that
hope
line.
I hope you know that like last recording session, we got in, sat there, talked about our topics for like 10 minutes, and then we're like, yeah, we probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty
That was
funny.
funny.
Alright, I think everybody's in a
Wait,
good.
so you guys just didn't do one? You guys
Nope.
didn't do one last week?
Nope, we took the week off. We just chilled out for the week.
And Bobbert still procrastinated on editing the episodes with an entire.
It was so much to edit through, dude. I need to express that. There was so much to edit
No,
through.
the thing is that you were unediting because you were trying to add stuff back in.
Yes, 'cause that's what
All
you have to
literally
do.
needed to do is take the save file from the finished product that you already have, because I know how you work, Bobbert, and post that shit on YouTube.
No,
Do some,
no,
do some
that's
little
no,
tuning.
no. You don't know. You don't know my
If
my.
it's good for radio, it's good for a podcast on YouTube. Like, what do you mean?
Well, but yeah, I'd say that.
Now the UFO thing is a distraction, all right, and it didn't work.
All right,
Because, you
and
know,
that is getting
did not
edited
work.
out. Awesome.
Hey, you're gonna have to already do so much editing for this.
Oh
episode,
yeah,
Manga.
dude, that's gonna be great. I definitely also didn't leak your fucking real name and had to restart my sentence. Total.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey,
Appreciate it.
it's gonna be edited out, so it's fine. It's fine. And when I'm listening back to this, I'm gonna chuckle to myself because this is really funny because we're still
Hey,
live.
future Bobbert,
Fucking
you're a
just-
bitch.
Fuck you!
Thing.
Why do you do this to me every single time?
Yes.
Get out of here. Mute yourself so we can end this episode, you bitch. Thank you. And then there was the time where MatPat accidentally doxed people. that was fun.
What?
You don't remember when Game Theory did this one theory about like a real world ARG, and they incentivized people to search around an area, and that actually incentivized people within that community to just harass people, call phone numbers. It was this whole like big drama.
I did not.
It was the creation of the 4 Ps for MatPat's ARG rules. I don't quite remember what they are, but I'm sure if you look in one of his AR videos, you find it.
Anyway,
It just shows
Yeah.
that ARGs can be awesome, but they need to be cared for carefully.
yeah, but
There doesn't seem to be anything else, so we will all see you in.
there is one thing.
Okay,
This is
never
the second
mind.
This is the second episode of me and Blaze that'll be slowly taking over the podcast.
No,
The
that's not.
Tylers will rise up.
That's not happening. No, I'm gonna stop this mutiny right now before it gets any worse. Because now
there is no stopping this, Robbie.
all it takes is one of you guys just changing your name to Tyler, and then there's 3-2, and then you guys got the majority, and then I lose.
And then we have the majority of the stocks, and then we buy out the company.
Exactly. You guys are just like Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg.
Elon's mom said that he can't participate in the fight.
Elon's mom is a weenie, okay?